back to the Trash Talker Show. My name is Don Fish. This is Ed Fish. We're going into week 6 this week. And we got a lot on the show today. We got standings we got to go over. We got to go over pick'ems. Derek Campbell's doing his 2-minute offense. We're going to go through, right now, let's go to week 5 recap.
Week 5 recap.
Week 5 recap. Let's, game 1. Game 1 was the Killers over the Guns. Guns got beat. What happened?
What happened? 3 losses, buddy.
3 losses. It's a crash and dive right here. I got Tolbert that went out at halftime. I got Brady handing the ball off. I don't even want to talk about that game. Fitzgerald's got Cobb that's not throwing anybody. Cobb got 6 points. Fitzgerald's got nothing. I'm done talking about that game. Let's go to game 2. Game 2 was the Hoosiers over the Dogs, 148.5 to 20, or 120.3. What do you got?
Brian's best week ever, and Hoosiers just rolled right over it like it was nothing.
Dogs are suffering this year with the Hoosiers. We were able to capture a picture of the Hoosiers this week after the win. Look, show the picture here.
Look at that.
Hoosiers are happy as can be, man. I haven't seen them that happy since they beat that dude up at Taco Bell.
Took his burrito and his cigarettes.
Took his burrito, cigarettes, punched that dude in the face. That's the last time I saw him that happy, man. Hey, I am glad to see it. He's got some Newcastle in his hand. Stop drinking the Zima. But let's go on to game of the week. The game of the week from last week was the Bandits over Intimidators, 113 to 82. The Intimidators got beat down, man. They were undefeated going into this game.
Green Ellis with 26, Peterson with 30, and he didn't even play a wide receiver.
You know what? Intimidators lost a die during the game, but you know what kills me is that they played Redmond over Turner. Michael Turner is a star running back. That's who we got. That was his keeper, his first pick, and then he sets him on the bench, man. Wouldn't have been the difference in the game, but that's a bad coaching decision.
Let's stop talking about that game. Let's talk about this next game here.
Next game, game 4, was the Rage over the Rain. The Rage get a second win. 2 weeks in a row, Rage got a W.
That's right.
No present this week. You actually earned this one. Rage win 81 to 73 over the Rain.
I played Vic. I sat down Cobb with only 6 points. That's how I'm going to win.
You know what? You shouldn't be that impressed, though. You got 83 points. It was the 3rd lowest score this week, and you were able to get a win. That's not something to be happy about. Game 5 were the Bombers over the High Life, 113 to 87. What do you got?
He finally plays Gordon and wins the game.
I'm a little disappointed in the Bombers. They talk all that smack about Curtis Painter. I picked up Curtis Painter. That's my boy. And what did you do? You set him on his bench. When are you going to play him?
When are you going to play him?
When are you going to play him? Game 6, AWOLs over the Texans, 98 to 92. That was a close game. Texans are starting to slide now. They were up there at the top. Now AWOLs are making a little comeback. What do you got for that game? Nothing. Great. Nobody wants to talk about that game. Let's go to the standings. Standings in the North. We got Intimidators 4-1. They just got their first loss this week. We got the AWOLs that are coming up after that win. Now they're 2-3. We got the Rain at 2-3 and High Life way down on the total ball at 1-4. In the Central Division, we get the Hoosiers 4-1. This is a good division. Hoosiers 4-1, leading that league. We got the Killers 4-1. We got the Bandits 3-2, and the only person with the losing record in that division is the Rage. They're on a 2-game winning streak. We're not going to talk about the South this week, but what we do have is Derek Campbell and his 2-minute offense. Let's go to Derek Campbell.
I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what.
All right, perfect intro for this week's Derek's 2-minute offense. After last week, the collusion between the Fish boys, and they're trying to get this trade turned down between Brandon Jacobs, Ben Roethlisberger, and Dexter McCluster for Sean Green. I wish I could go back to the video here and listen to all this griping and crying and bitching about how McCluster's a starting running back. He's going to get, he averages more than 7. Brandon Jacobs averages more than 7. Ben Roethlisberger averages more than 7. And Sean Green is bunk. Guess who is the start of the week on CBS Sports, baby? Sean Green. Got 15 points last week. You know, Dexter's going to get there. But, again, I needed value. I'm not dumping Ben Roethlisberger, who threw 5 touchdowns. I needed to get somebody for him. That's what trades are for. Ben's going to sit on the bench, start maybe one time over Aaron Rodgers. So he got some value, too. And I got value. Now, going back to Ed, still messing around with LaDainian Tomlinson, dude. Sean Green's going to be the future. Like I said on the blog down there on the Smack Talk board, when you're looking for your 2 tight end set again, Sean Green's going to be taking over. All right. Also, Rage, since I'm playing you this week, I got to burn on you for a minute. Week 1, 69.75 points. Week 2, 79. Week 3, 78. Week 4, 100. Week 5, 81. Man, I beat you all 5 weeks. If we went straight up on the power rankings, breakdown, whatever you want to call it, it's not going to change this week. I'm 6-0 against you. Sometimes I'm just steady, baby. Steady every time. By the way, that's what I want to talk about too, fluctuation. I look at Rabel. Rabel, week 2, scored 131. Week 3, 46 points. Week 4, 98. Killers, same kind of thing. 123, then 77 in week 3, 130. I mean, 50, 60 point swings. My team is steady, 100 every week, 100, 115. That's going to get me through. I'm getting better every year. If you look at it, I made the playoffs last year for the first time. I started off, I got my fluke loss because the Don's Guns took me down. They got lucky on week 1. I understand. I was 11th in the power rankings. Now I'm all the way up to 4 through 5 weeks. I'm starting to take over. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, go Cardinals. My boy Curtis Painter's killing it right now, too. I picked him up. That's why I want to make room. I'll take Curtis over Ben Roethlisberger every day of the week. I'll be back for my 2-minute offense next week. Have a good one.
Hey, that's Derek's 2 minutes offense. Thanks for the analysis, Derek. There, I certainly don't agree with that trade that you were talking about. Ed's got some comments, man. I don't know.
Derek, you can have the best team ever because look at your division. 2-3, 2-3, 1-4. You can talk all the smack you want. And nice music at the beginning there with what in the butt.
What in the butt.
All right, I'm not going to say much about that. Thanks for the analysis. Let's move on. Let's go to the Pick'ems, baby. The Pick'ems for Week 6. Game 1, Texans over the Bandits. Texans are a 10-point favorite. Who you got?
I'm taking the Bandits.
I'm going with the Texans, hand down at that. I'm going against you. Game 2 is the Rage versus the Bombers. Bombers are a 20-point favorite over the Rage. You going to get their win over the Bombers?
We're going to win this week. Rage.
This could be the game of the week, but we ain't making it the game of the week because the Rage is still 2-3, while the Bombers are up there at 3-2. I'm taking the Bombers, baby. I'm taking the Bombers over the Rage. No way the Rage can win again. The only scoring in the 80s. Killers versus the Rain. Rain are a 7-point favorite this
I'm
week.
taking the Rain.
I'm going with the Killers. Intimidators. Is this our game of the week?
Game of the week.
Game of the week. We got the Intimidators that are an 8-point favorite over the Hoosiers. They ain't going to score all those points this week. I'm going with the Intimidators. Get back on track.
Intimidators are going to win it.
2 times. And we got the Dogs, 9-point favorite over the AWOLs. Who you got?
You got AWOLs.
I'm going with the AWOLs. Dogs have only won like 1 game thus far, man. Nobody can pick them. Last game, High Life, 18-point favorite over the Guns. Who you picking?
High Life.
You go. High Life. Guns are getting back on track this week. Hey, I picked up some free agents. We're coming back this week. I got like 3 new free agents. I'm starting them all. I don't need your trades. I don't need that crooked Sean Green for Ben Roethlisberger trade. I'm getting them off the waiver wire. Guns are back this week. You got anything else you want to say?
Derek, your trade offers are horrible. I'll never send them back this way again.
Hey, for Ed Fish, John Fish, see you losers next week.
Nailed it.